Alright, so we are live at the range. Today we are shooting the Stevens Model 416. This is the US property version that was used as a training rifle during World War II. It's actually a pretty beefy 22. Has a bull barrel to the X barrel version, and it's quite an accurate little gun. So I'm waiting to see if anybody will join. Shoot it a little bit. I do not shoot this much because parts for it are actually starting to get kind of scarce. Alright, so we load it up there. Now, the nice thing about this gun is, well, hello, Vanessa. How you doing today? But yeah, one of the things that isn't the nicest about this gun is it is quite hefty. Um, Obviously, as you can imagine, with that size barrel, it's got some weight to it. Not the kind of gun you want to have to lug up a hill, let me put it this way. One time I came up here and the road was impassable, so I had to walk the last 300 yards up the hill to the range, and not the not the most fun gun to have to lug over your shoulder. Yeah, so now that I'm at 100 subscribers, I want to start doing live streams like this, maybe on a semi-regular basis, weather permitting, and start doing kind of like the Hickok 45 style review maybe. See if that works. You know, put some more shooting footage into the channel. That way people, people always say they want to see the guns get shot. They want to see the guns get taken down. So I figured now that I'm at the subscriber base where I can go mobile, I figured I'd give it a shot. Hello. Hello, Squid-O of Wizards. How you doing today? As I was saying, rumor has it that these guns were used in World War II as like a training aid. Oh, I see. But a very, very beefy 22. Rumor has it they made 3 versions. They made a version that had a peak sight and front sight, and then they made a different standard sight version, and then they made the no sight version. This is the no sight version because the sight was a little aperture that would have attached there and there, and obviously it's just small screws filling the holes, and your front sight, there's just a little thing there in the dovetail. So, anybody here going to the 2A rally on Saturday? Yeah, I was thinking of going. The thing is, for me though, where I am in PA, it's about a 100-mile one-way trip for me. So I want to go, but it's a pretty substantial road trip. Ah, you're in Connecticut. Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania. Not too far. Yeah. I'm trying to find out some information on the Pennsylvania one because I think it starts at 2, and obviously I don't want to get there early. You know, nobody wants to be the first one there to a gun rally because we have open carry, and I normally don't open carry, but I figured for this, I was actually going to carry my GP100 just in a belt holster, just, That's the thing with these rallies is you don't want to turn it into a gun show. You don't want to be there with, you see people with the AR-15s and everything over their shoulder and full army fatigues and body armor, and it sends the wrong message. So that's what I'm trying to find out information-wise on this for Saturday, to find out exactly what I'm driving an hour and a half to see. Because I think RL's gonna be there, He said he might try and make it, um, but you know, I'm assuming as time we get closer to it, there'll probably be more talk of it. You cannot carry. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is somebody told me that you couldn't carry in Harrisburg, which I'd never heard. I years ago had someone sit and tell me that you couldn't carry in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, which kind of freaked me out. I'm like, well, if I'm going to carry anywhere in PA, I want to carry in Philadelphia. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's not the nicest of areas, and like I said, I normally don't open carry. For people that open carry, it's great, but I just don't like drawing the attention. Oh, you were, and what'd you think of it? Yeah, I'm not read up on Connecticut's concealed carry laws. I I'm right next to Jersey, and Wizards. I'm using the Stevens Model 416. This is one of the X barrel models, which is the it was one of the U.S. property ones they used as a training aid for during World War II, kind of like a basic training marksman type deal. It's hard to find information on them because there was only about 10,000 produced, and I was in the Cabela's gun room up in Hamburg, and I asked the guy about it, and now this came from him. He said there was only about a few hundred left to be known in existence. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what he said. The Liberty Bell, yeah, I've seen the Liberty Bell, pretty cool. I remember I've seen it twice. I saw it when it was in its old building, and you could actually walk up and touch it, which was actually pretty cool. I was there as a kid, and then I was there recently, probably about 5 years ago, right after some guy was nice enough to walk up to it and hit it with a hammer, and after that they changed it to where it's pretty well guarded, and you can't get within, like, I think 5 or 6 feet of it. You can't get near it, and it's kind of a shame because, you know, it was definitely neat as a kid to be able to sit and like touch a piece of history such as that. You know, they're definitely you know, but Liberty Bell was pretty cool. You're in the nicer part of Philly then. Yeah, Liberty Bell and such. Did you happen to see what was it? I forget where they keep they keep a couple other documents. They used to, in the old building, you could see a couple of the documents from the founding fathers and stuff, but I don't know. I don't remember if they still have that in the new building. Did you see it in the, oh wait, well, if you saw it, hang on. Yeah, if you were there last summer, then you saw it. Yeah, you saw, oh, so that, all right, so you saw it in both its buildings then. Yeah, it was really a shame. I don't know why someone would walk up to it with a hammer, but, you know, people are crazy. I mean, nowadays the world's getting pretty ugly. You want clear?
What?
You want clear?
I don't know, man. You haven't shot yet. I don't want to go out yet.
If you want to clear, you can.
What?
If you want to clear it, you can.
Alright, cool.
But yeah, it's definitely a cool thing to see.
Yeah, dude, I brought all kinds of stuff. Like, do you mind if I shoot some of this to yours? I want to keep going. Oh, you like it?
Well, I have to put up a new target. Now there's an old school target, official 50-foot junior target. And we're shooting him at 100 yards, so let us go put our target up. Now it's a shame how much you used to be able to go and see. You know. Especially, I remember going to Valley Forge as a kid. They had some of George Washington's stuff you could go see. That was pretty cool. I think they even had his fake teeth. They had like his dress uniform. It was actually pretty cool. And now, I think the place lost funding.
Yeah, but I already know. This is why I want an actual stand holder.
All right, let's see what we can do with that.
And then, like, I can actually, every time I'm here with that rifle.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, I mean, we went to see Valley Forge because we were only about 20 minutes away. So we went there a lot. Let's see. Paul Revere, that was pretty cool. Used to be able to go up Massachusetts. Oh, very cool, Vanessa. Very cool. Haven't been to see that yet. That's on the list. But we used to go up to Massachusetts, and I saw Sturbridge Village, Plymouth meeting, Plymouth meeting, Plymouth Rock, and all that. Yeah, Massachusetts has a lot of cool history. Definitely, Sturbridge was pretty cool. I was actually on the Mayflower replica. That was pretty cool. It was weird how small it is. Like, you know, you see pictures of the ships and you think, oh, these big wooden ships, and it's not. It was actually a pretty small ship. All right, wait for them to come back down. But yeah, it's really is a shame to see how many sites have lost funding and are no longer, you know, you can't go see them. Like the one interesting thing was we were in Betsy Ross's house, and if you read into it, they're not even quite sure if that's the correct house. Yes, Sturbridge, I buy lobster. Cool. Wood Seafood in Plymouth, Mass. Yeah, Sturbridge was kind of cool because we used to go up to in Brimfield, Massachusetts. It's the world's largest flea market, they claim, and I think they probably are correct because it's just acres and acres and acres of flea market. Good. but it's just acre after acre of flea market. And for anybody that enjoys flea markets and is near Brimfield, Massachusetts. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing is like nowadays we see these huge, massive cruise ships that, you know, can hold thousands of people, and, you know, we think, okay, that's a ship. And then we look at these little tiny things like, you know, the Mayflower and all that. And it's just, they're tiny, you know. And you think about these people, I forget how many people were actually on those ships, but it was cramped. It was cramped, it was tight, it was, you know, standards of living back then were not nearly what they are now. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you think nowadays you get on an airplane and you can go across, you know, the ocean in a matter of hours, and yeah, it was a couple month trip. It was, you know, you're doing, I forget what they were, I think they averaged, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 knots or something like that. I mean, they were going by the way of the wind. So it's amazing how far we've come from where we used to be technology-wise. Let's see if we can't hit that target. There it is. Scope, it's a cheapie. It's a Bushnell 4x on Weaver rings. The scope actually came with the gun. I bought this gun off of somebody a couple years ago, and they didn't quite know what it was, and they just wanted to get rid of it. So I kind of knew what it was. So I bought I bought the gun as is, and then I put the sling on it because of its weight, not wanting to have to carry it around. I'll show you the scope once I'm done. I only got, I think, one more shot. Oh, one more. Alright, I'll show you the scope. Yeah, the scope is really nothing special at all. The scope, just a standard 4x, non-adjustable. Literally just, you know, kind of what you'd expect at Walmart. It's a good clean scope. I don't know. Let's see if I can get that. I mean, hey RL, what's up, man? Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it works. You know, the gun itself is in pretty good shape. Most of the things there. Yeah, I worked this morning, RL. I was gonna get up earlier and shoot a new intro for the channel, and the problem was, well, the problem was I fell asleep and didn't feel like getting up, so I ended up sleeping in late, and now only got about an hour before sunset, and the range is closed. But yeah, I bought this off of somebody, and they didn't take care of it. That was a real shame, because when I got the gun was absolutely filthy. I had to take the entire thing down, take the bolt down, and scrub the entire thing. And after doing that and cleaning it up, it's actually a nice shooting gun. I don't shoot it as much as I'd like to because, hey RX, what's up, man? Because parts for it are getting kind of hard to get. The gun deserves a better scope because when you look online, they're getting kind of pricey, especially the property ones. Because of course, anything with a key connection, everybody goes nuts over. But ORL, I saw your review. That was a pretty nice gun, man. Watching a bar. Oh, see, now I'm hungry.
After this one we should go.
Barbecue sounds good right about now. Hey RL, did you ever decide if you can make it to the rally on the 14th? Yeah, I can kind of agree with that one, Vanessa. It's amazing how they all turn into food chats. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, that sucks about the one on the 30th is, I think that's a Tuesday, somebody said, and I'm working. And as much as I'd love to tell work to stick it and come in, it's you know, the gun addiction's pretty much draining my bank account, so I kind of got to show up to work. Plus, for me, the 14th starts too. When does it start? Do you know? Because I keep hearing different things, and at the moment, I've kind of got a rental car, a little. My car is in the shop for the airbag recall, so I've got a little Ford Fiesta rental car that gets insanely good gas mileage. So it's about 100 miles one way, too. All right. And now I heard that people are just open carrying. I mean, it's not going to be one of those things where people are slinging AR-15s over their shoulders, right? Because I didn't want to try and avoid that as much as possible. Hang on. Bring over my scope. What's they saying? Alright, see you later, RX.
I don't want to use them all up. That ammo's a lot more expensive than what we've been shooting.
Turn 22 LR on a black screen, you can't see. Yeah, no, I was definitely planning on going because I got the day off and the weather's supposed to be beautiful. Yeah, I was planning on open carrying. I was actually planning on just carrying my GP 100 on a. Not only is there nobody in the Kappa. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that about the fact that nobody's going to be in office, which, or nobody, not in all, nobody's going to be in the building. But I, you know, that's part of the. Well, I guess that's part of the problem is unlike the kids that can sit there and the little kiddies can lay down in front of the Capitol building. You know, we've all got jobs, and I guess Saturday's kind of was decided to be the day that everybody might possibly have off. But I was definitely. Hang on. Well, that's I work for giant food stores, so I only happen to have Saturday off by luck. But the store is open, and we, you know, I've worked many a Saturday. Now, do you know who is going RL? I can never keep track of who's in PA and who's not. I keep meaning to go on the websites. Oh, it's a Monday. Well, that changes things. I guess that's what I get for not looking at a calendar. Wizard, you're going to the, what do you mean I am? Yeah, I know you're in PA.
I thought you wanted to shoot something.
Yeah, well, see, that's a problem is Monday, because I work third shift, so I work Sunday night into Monday morning, and um, problem is I'd be getting done a 12-hour, 13-hour shift, and would be tired and cranky, and not sure if I'd want to drive. Literally, for me, it's 100 miles. I was questioning it and stuff the other day to find out. Oh, I guess they're going up. Midnight range. Oh, so at least I'll get to meet some people. So what you're saying is the cool kids are going and you'll be staying home? Hey, Alex, what's up, man? Yeah, no, it is kind of a shame the fact that nobody's actually going to be in the building. But let's face it, anything remotely gun related or conservative, it's not like the media covers it anyway. I mean, you know, the day they did that March for Our Lives crap, they, you know, they covered it. You couldn't turn on the TV without near a, getting near it. You know, because of course they had all their concerts and their free food and you know, I heard it was basically a party.
These were my last two. These were my last two. Oh, yeah, there you go. I told you I wanted to
All
play
right,
ball.
so I may have forgotten to sight it back up for 100 yards. So we're going to make an adjustment. Shooting about that far low. Thing I'll have to do is I'll try and do some, maybe a video while I'm there. Be kind of funny though, nowadays every time you go to one of these things, it's all, everybody's standing around doing this. I could do that. I've got vacation time. The fact that it's a Monday, because I work like a split shift and into the overnight, I could take off the overnight part, go home, and sleep that night, and then try and get there. I don't know. I'll have to wait till it gets closer. Leesport for me, that's on the way to Cabela's. Probably about maybe 20 minutes, half hour, give or take, I guess. I'm in, well, right now I'm at the French Creek State Park, which is, I guess the closest thing to here is Morgantown. So, and for me, that's probably opposite direction.
You should come here. We should put another one of these up. I have a bunch of scrap 2x, but make it so.
I mean, I can drive there because at the moment I've got
I mean, I have enough wood for that.
little rental. So,
Yeah, really, we might as well bring it here. We could even put one right
one
there
sec.
for like 10 yards, 30
We good?
Good.
Yes, 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 the Fiesta. Well, the Fiesta gets excellent gas mileage, and while they supposedly put a new airbag in my Mustang, I need the Fiesta. Yeah, it's a nice range. They've redone it a couple times over the years. Right now, actually, it's kind of in despair because I don't know how well you can see. I don't know if this zooms, but you can see all along there is supposed to be targets because there's tables there. But apparently I don't know if someone tore them down. I don't know if they tore them down. I don't know if somebody shot the board down, but there's no targets there. Yes, Alex, it got worse. It's really a shame to see this range get tore up like that. And 50 yards, okay. Now someone put up that, and I don't know how long that's going to be there because the game warden's going to see that, and hopefully nobody's shooting at the time because somebody's getting a fine. I was gonna bring the 50. I was gonna bring my my flintlock 50 caliber pistol because I want to do a review on that. And obviously, when I'm reviewing a flintlock 50, people are gonna want to see it get shot and loaded. So I kind of want to put some shooting footage in that. But all right, let's see if we can't bring this up a little bit. Oh, hello, welcome back, Vanessa. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing to meet people. That's the amazing thing with the internet. Isn't I mean, I remember growing up as a kid. Pretty much unless you wrote somebody a letter, if they were out of walking distance. Hang on, I got to get more ammo. They were out of walking distance. You pretty much were sending them a letter. And nowadays, with modern technology, I mean, you can get a hold of somebody from out of country within a minute. Yeah, that's the thing is, while I agree that there's not going to be anybody in the Capitol building while we're there, just the fact that, like-minded people can meet up, as long as, like I said, as long as it's not one of those, you know, 15 guys marching around in full fatigues and carrying AR-15s and AKs across their chest, in full combat gear. It should be a positive thing. I mean, there might be a time and a place for that someday, but something like this isn't the case. But yeah, even though no one's going to be there, I agree that, being able to meet like-minded people, being able to, you know, talk, get to know people, swap ideas. I basically am considering it. It's kind of like walking into your gun shop and shooting the breeze with somebody there for 20 minutes. This is just a bigger version of it. You know. And that's the other thing is, you know what? If we're all standing there, peaceful, laughing, joking, having fun, and we happen to have a gun on our hip or however we may carry, it shows people that, you know, we're walking around every day. We're carrying guns, and no one's getting shot. We're not bad people. So, you know, that's why even though no one's going to be there are going to be people be there because there's going to be people driving by and seeing you. So, let's see. Now this is the federal auto match. Target grade performance. Ideal for semi-autos, which is why I'm running it in a bolt gun. Now, does anybody know when it's supposed to run to? Like, I heard something about the rally's going to be about 2 hours, but I I don't know if we're having anybody speak in PA or if it's just kind of, you know, a get-together. Ours is 110.
Fire. Don't touch this.
Yeah, so about 3 or 4 hours long.
I just threw 20. I just threw 20 through the same hole. I couldn't find
Use my
it.
cane or the rollator. Well, if it's going to be that long, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is, I was glad that the weather's going to be nice because I'm not real big for the, hey 12 gauge, what's up, man? Welcome to live home on the range, or I don't know, I forget what little cute name I gave it. That's the thing was I was thinking about with the weather, it's here in PA, it's supposed to be beautiful. I think it's going to be like 76 6 degrees. So yeah, I would definitely, if it's going to be that long, I would definitely make sure you're comfortable. You certainly do not want to be standing there and uncomfortable. Well, thank you, Vanessa. I want to do more of these. You know, as it obviously, this is just kind of a first one's just kind of winging it, seeing if anybody showed up, see how it works. You know, kind of get an idea on how the connectivity is up here. I mean, we're kind of up in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't know how service was going to be, so I figured I would give this a shot. Yeah, see, you're further up north, so yeah, you're probably a little bit cooler, 70 degrees. But yeah, we're supposed to have beautiful weather. That was one of the reasons why I really wanted to go, because I've not been to a ton of rallies, but I've been to a few. And let me tell you, standing there for 4 or 5 hours, give or take, for something, especially if it's cold, I've been there in the rain, it gets really old real fast. So I would definitely bring the rollator, you know, if it's a matter of being able to be comfortable. I even saw those things, someone makes this like thing you can, it extends and you can sit, like it's a seat that extends out and it fits in your pocket. I don't know, it was on Unbox Therapy, it was kind of weird, but yeah. Well, that's the thing with it being like 76 degrees, I'm pretty much planning on, you know, normal street clothes. Don't have to worry about bundling up, you know, with a big hefty winter coat. And because I've been up here shooting in snowstorms, and once or twice, and it gets real old real fast. Especially I like to shoot black powder, and it's not any fun when you can't feel your hands. Hey, being tall, everybody thinks being tall is great. I'm 6'5", and being tall kind of, they say statistically your eyesight gets worse, which hence the glasses. They say back problems are more prone because you're tall, but it does have its advantages. You know, don't need a step stool. Yeah, that's 6'3". That's pretty good. Yeah, that's you know, it's nice because you can reach things. You don't have to constantly be, you know, grabbing a step stool or asking somebody for help, or, you know, I'll be in Walmart trying to get the chips and they'll be out and they'll only be on the top shelf and they'll have the little signs. Yeah, exactly. Change light bulb. You know, they have little signs, ask for assistance, and it's like, yeah, I'm good. I can grab it. But hang on.
Okay. No, 100 yards.
Yeah, flintlocks are Black powder's a lot of fun. Before I was old enough to buy like normal pistols, because PA is nice enough. You calling it? Before I was old enough to buy like normal. Well, yeah, it's 12 gauge. It's more like broke ass cowboy. I um I was planning on getting here much earlier. Oh, I see how it is. You're saying that the wife is more important than us. I see how it is, RL. No, I completely understand that.
Well, as long as we know.
But yes, 12 gauge. It's more like broke ass cowboy. 22 is nice and cheap. I actually like shooting 22. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like shooting 357, 44 Magnum.
It just dawned on me I must have been screaming before.
But there's just something nice about 22 LR. Being able to sit and plink away all day long.
Screaming? I was screaming. So, when just earlier with these in,
Alright, I figured out my hold. Now I just need to make the adjustment. Because I'm all over the place. I'm peppering the little target.
oh, this is what I still.
Yep. And see, that's the whole thing is. Although Black Cat, I know some pretty weird people. You know what? I could probably arrange that. Okay, I think I'm officially can now be classified as the weird side of YouTube. Definitely now the weird side of YouTube. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa. I'm no stranger to that. Uh, my parents divorced a few years ago. That was pretty rough. My friend's parents divorced. She divorced. Just about everybody I know has gone through that, and it's never fun. Rabbit Holeville. Oh, I've been in some of the late night chats, and they get pretty interesting. We are definitely, definitely a weird bunch of people. I wonder if I can check the time on this, because the range closes at, yes, the ones after midnight.
It's the little things, man.
Few more years until the wife divorces me. Yeah, that's as usually as long as you can keep them away from your gun safe, and they don't realize how many guns you've actually bought. You're pretty good on that front. But once they start figuring out how how many guns you've actually bought, and then if they start adding up, uh, what I usually found that happens is they start adding up all that money that you spent on guns, realizing you could have spent it on them. That's where you run into trouble. At least that's what I've experienced. Yeah, we only got a few more minutes left here because once the sun goes down, that's all she wrote. So I figure I'd take a few last shots. Well, that's the other thing you can do is once you have enough of them, and she happens to see one of the guns that may or may not be new. Yeah, you kind of just be like, "Oh no, honey, that's an old gun. I've had that forever. I just haven't got it out in a while." My husband never used guns except for his childhood. That's pretty much how the last relationship I was in was. I didn't know it at the time, but she was kind of uh, liberal and pretty anti-gun, and she had never fired a gun, never fired anything, and I finally, she turned out to be a Hillary supporter, which was kind of rough, and I finally convinced her to go to the range with me. And what happened was I brought my AR-15 with me, and she shot a bunch of 22s, and she seemed to like it. And then I gave her the AR-15. I'm like, okay, here, you're gonna say it's this big, scary black gun, the usual spiel. And she shot it. And the funny thing was when she shot it, she was actually saying "ow" because of supposedly the recoil was hurting her. And I just kind of laughed, and I'm like, there is no recoil. It's it's this. It's this necked up to be a bigger powder charge behind it. And that wasn't why we broke up, but it was kind of one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking our views are pretty far apart from each other, you know, because we'd had a couple, not arguments, but debates where she would go on about, assault rifles and this and that, and she had no clue what she was talking about, and it just kind of turned into your stereotypical, anti-gun debate. Exactly, Vanessa. It was just, like I said, it wasn't because of that. Oh, hey, that's good, man. You know what? And that's why I'm kind of holding out. You want to find somebody that you can share common ground on, and you know, I've taken people shooting before, and I love taking people, especially if it's their first time shooting. You know, teach them everything. Yeah, that's always it's always an interesting part when it's a random person that you're debating. It's easy because especially on the internet, everybody, it's anonymous. You're just talking to some random person. But when it's a family member, it's a total different story. Because you want that person, you want to help the person see your view and understand and be informed. So but you have to kind of be gentle because it's family, and you can't just smack them in the head and say, hey, dumbass. It's semi-automatic, not fully automatic, but you know, yeah, it's always interesting. Yes, yes. Um, actually, sun's going down. That's there you go. Now that's a my head's blocking the sunset. My ugly face is in blocking the sunset that's happening at the moment. Yeah, I actually had that. It was interesting. I had a debate with a person. I don't think anybody's gonna know what CERNS is. It's kind of like an indoor flea market, and the guy actually insinuated he's like, "You're conservative. You're conservative. You know, you voted. You know." He insisted that I voted for Trump and I did all this, and it was hilarious to hear the guy tell me all about myself. You know, and this was right after the Vegas shooting, and it's interesting how some of the anti-gunners, you know, they have this preconceived notation of what you are, that you must be the devil, incarnated, that, they just, and when you try and explain to them, your particular views, they don't want to hear anything of it. And it gets to be quite interesting and actually quite annoying. That's why, you know, at work and everything, like, I don't, I don't tell anybody my political views at work because, yeah, you're good. And because it just gets to be, you just have nothing but arguments with people. So, that's why working in retail and everything, I mean, I've had customers and, they've said something political and you just kind of nod your head and be like, okay, yes, that's cool. Yes, I've looked into a little bit about the libertarian. What was not Adam Kraut? That's the NRA guy. Kokesh, Adam Kokesh. Um, I was watching some of his videos, and it was his political views are very interesting. Um, I thought it was quite interesting. I think Never Enough Ammo did an interview with him, and I thought that was pretty good. But my family get-togethers turd, yeah. Oh, I can, yeah. Let me put it this way: we don't do family get-togethers because it would be about 20 minutes, and yeah. But yeah, as far as the libertarian front, it's some of their views. I mean, I think they got the right idea for some of that stuff, you know. But I guess I'll take a few more shots, and Lily, we were running out of sunlight here, so I'll take a few more shots, and then I guess we'll call it. Running out of daylight to see the target anyway.
Got it. You want to help me, Chris? You want to help me pack this? You happy? What did you think of it? You shot it, right? I like that trigger feel, like the actual metal piece.
And yeah, that's an interesting point, Black Cat. And that's like I said, I could probably do a video on the conversation I had with this guy because it was quite funny, looking back at it. But that's basically what I said to the guy. was, he kept going on about, we don't need this, we don't need that. Nobody should have this. Why do you need more than one gun? You know, and he just kept insisting that, why do you need 10,000 guns? And it's like, I said to him about people collecting guns like this. I mean, this is not necessarily a collector's item, but this is I have this gun as a collectible because of its rarity and because of everything, and he just could not understand that. And when I just kept saying to him, you know, about, look, you have your views, we're in America. Yeah, two hands, two guns. I mean, I've got two carry guns on me at the moment. I got my GP 100 and a shoulder rig, and I've got my little CW 380 tucked in my pocket. But and that's my views. Is I know a lot of people like to jump down the throats of uh, I want to be hand-fed sheeples, but they try and you know that's the one New York Reload. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Uh, but well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how well you can see because it's dark, but there's the holster, and good. And actually, this is a holster I made, which I might do a review on because it's kind of like a wallet holster. But um, that fits in your pocket, and from the outside, it looks like a wallet. Like literally, it prints like that. And I could not find a wallet holster that I liked, so I decided to make one. It's not the fanciest because my stitching work is not the greatest, but it works. It holds the gun upright, and this just slips in my front pocket, and yeah. But let's see. I like that hand-felled sheeples. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you know what? They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the whole, you know, well, you do your thing, I'll do mine. They don't want that. Yeah, I was looking at different holsters for pocket, and I was looking at Galco, and I thought that was real neat. But the problem was I wanted something that didn't have any shape of a gun. When you carry a gun that small, you can get away with a lot. And I'm like, I want something that looks like a wallet. And I had seen the ones, I think the Sanus makes them, that the gun holds in it and it comes out. Oh, you know, but I didn't like the idea of having like one finger on the gun and it's in this weird wallet thing. I thought it was a neat idea, but just wasn't for me. Oh, I guess we should zoom. All right, that is the sunset, which means we are done shooting for the day. And it's starting to drop in temperature. Yeah, I was debating doing a video on how to make the holster because it's really simple. It's literally just a folded over piece of leather and then a separate thicker piece of leather to hold the wallet shape.
And shoot them down. Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, I guess since we're done, I will show all. Hang on, zoom all the way out. Okay, I'm thinking everybody's still there. I don't know what happened there. I've only got a little bit of battery left, so it says I'm still live. Somebody say something. Anybody there? It says I still got 3 people, unless it kicked everybody out. Oh, yes, there you are. They redid this, I think, about 10 years ago, and yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere, but the whole range used to just be stone like this, and what they did was they poured the cement pad here, and then they built these cement tables, which I actually don't like the cement tables because while they put these rubber foam pads up, you got to be careful it doesn't scratch your guns. Like, obviously, everybody jokes about beating up your guns, but something like that I don't want to get beat up, I have to be very careful with it. But the range is nice. You've got your 100-yard out there. You've got 50-yard up there. And somebody put that up today that's not supposed to be there. Usually the game wardens get pretty pissy about that, but it's range. And the nice thing is on the weekdays, there's really not anybody here. So you've kind of got the place to yourself. So you can go up and check targets as needed. But it's a nice place. But all right, so I'm pretty much gonna call it now. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. I want to thank everybody who showed up. It's always nice to have people to talk to while you're at the range. And yeah, maybe I will do a small review on how I made that holster, because since people seem to like it. And I will see you guys all later.